Hey, how you doing? It's great to see you here. Thanks for joining me for this week's episode of Martin's Monday Pedal Playthrough. I'm Martin Cliffe. I'm coming to you from my studio here in Bucharest, Romania. And in this series, we take one of the many pedals from my collection, play through it with a Tele and a Les Paul, to give you kind of familiar base for what it sounds like. Just explore some of the sounds available. It's not really a review, it's not really a demo. These are pedals that I've mostly had quite a long time, but yeah, hopefully we'll have a bit of fun with it. So grab yourself a refreshing beverage and join us for the ride. So this should be a relatively simple pedal to feature because it is, well, not a one knob boost, it is a two knob boost essentially, but two in one. The Suhr dual boost has two identical boost circuits in there. It also has a switchable range knob, so you can switch it between a maximum 10 dB boost and a maximum 20 dB boost. 20 dB is quite a lot, but obviously then you have control of the boost knob itself. But if you want really subtle boost ranges, so you just want to increase the volume by 2 or 3 dB for a solo, if it's right at the end of your chain, then having it on the 10 dB mode does enable you to give a little bit more fine control. So each side has a boost level knob. I've got it on the 20 dB mode at the moment, and a high cut knob. So what that does is basically the more you turn it up, the more the high frequencies are attenuated and a smoother signal you'll get, which may work better for driving overdriven kind of amps, or maybe you just don't want as much high end. And then it has a single foot switch, but it's using Suhr's MFX technology, which basically means that if you hold it down, the knob switches from red to green mode, which is the two sides. I believe green is the left side, red is the right side. So at the moment I've got green, as you heard it on the beginning, just set for a subtle kind of boost. If I turn it off, I'm just using both pickups, but with the bridge pickup rolled down to 7. So the amps are just pushing very slightly. And I just wanted to give it a little bit more juice, but without killing too much extra high end. I believe if I turn the high cut down all the way, it takes it out of the circuit. And as I turn it up, it's kind of like the opposite way around from a guitar's tone control. Switch to 10 dB mode. It's much subtler, much less of a boost. So even with it like just past about 1 o'clock. You hear the amps are starting to drive. But if I hit that into 20 dB mode, it'll really push them. So there's not a lot to it, but what's there is really versatile, really kind of cool stuff. You can have the two different switches, two different sides set up differently. If you don't like the MFX technology, you can plug in a separate foot switch. You just need it to have an 1/8" jack on the end. and switch between the two modes separately from turning it on and off. Or if you use a stereo plug from like a MIDI switcher or something, you can control both turning it on and off and changing the sides remotely. The one thing you can't do is change the 10 to 20 remotely, but that, to my mind, you kind of decide what you want to do, and then adjust the two sides relative to it. So yeah, what I tend to do normally is have a subtle boost with very little high-end roll-off, just to help like cleans and single note things just to push through, and then I'll have a higher level boost with the high-end rolled down a little bit, just to smooth things out but give it a bit of extra oomph for like lead parts and stuff like that. So that was it with the Les Paul. Let's plug in a Tele just so we can hear how it responds to single coils, but again, it should be pretty straightforward. So you had various different levels of stuff going on there. I started off with the pedal off, and then I turned it on just to the initial setting, and I had it on with both knobs at about 9 o'clock for very little high-end roll-off and just a bit, maybe, 3-4 dB of boost. I then switched across to the red side, which had a little bit more boost, maybe 7-8 dB, but with the high cut at like 1 o'clock just to roll off a bit of high-end. And then I went back to the green side and cranked both knobs and switched between the 10 and 20 dB. So it's a very clean boost. The one thing I would say I don't personally like about using it on a pedal board because of the MFX switch is, whereas a pedal with a straightforward switch will activate the second you click it down, this kind of switch, and it's something that's true of all of these pedals, actually activates when it releases. Which may to you not be a big deal, but it's just something that, in terms of mindset, if I step on a boost switch, I want it to activate instantly, which is why I'm using the old Suhr ISO boost as my boost pedal on my pedal board, because I just want to stamp on it, and the second I click down is when I get the volume level increase. It is very quick, but it is just the case that it's when the pedal comes up rather than the pedal goes down, and it's something that's true of all of these multifunction switch pedals. I think if you activate it from a MIDI switcher or something, I don't think you have that issue, but I can't honestly remember. Yeah, so I'll just play around a little bit more. I'll switch to the neck pickup, why not? I'm in the 10 dB mode. Let's just take both those knobs to 3 o'clock and stick these two on the red side at 10 o'clock. I'll just switch between them, plays out. But yeah, really versatile boost pedal, just with a few technical playability limitations really that to me are a little bit frustrating, which is why this is not a mainstay on my board. But if I was running my MIDI switching rig with my Mastermind PVC, then definitely it would be something I would consider, because it's really quite a cool pedal. Very different from the other Suhr boost pedal that will be featured very soon, the Coco Boost Reloaded, because this is very much a pure clean boost. It would be the perfect thing to be at the end of your chain, maybe before your delays and stuff, but to give it as two different levels of solo boost. But yeah, it's a cool pedal. I don't know whether I would sell it. We'll see. I have too many pedals, but this one is kind of cool. So thanks for watching. I hope your coffee's not gone too cold. Before you go, make sure you click that thumbs up icon to give us a like down below. Subscribe if you're not already, and comment about if you've ever tried this pedal or any other thoughts. Take care, see you next time.